Hello everyone, my name is Angel. This I'm going to explain how this program stores students' ID and students' name and directory. So, in this first question, first I will create an empty dictionary. Then I enter the student ID and student name. So, student ID is a key and the student name is a value here. Then I enter student ID to search to check the program whether the dictionary is found, then it brings a student name. Otherwise, the student name is not found. So output here is the program displays a student name for the enter student ID. As you can see in the output section, I have entered the student number of students. I have processed the data of 3 and here it asks me enter student ID. So again 110118. So I pin the student name as Kiran. Now second question is, this program finds a number whose length is greater than n. So here, first I created an empty list. I enter the words one by one. Then I enter the value of n. The program checks the length of each word length using length parentheses. If the length is greater than n, it is displayed. So in the output, we have entered the words 4. I have entered the 4 words. Now the length I have given as example as 3. So the words which are greater than length of 3, it will print. That is quick and brown. So in third question, the program finds the maximum minimum value in a set. So first I created an empty set. I entered the values. The values are stored in a set. I used max parenthesis to find the largest value. Then I use a min parenthesis to find the minimum value. So as you can see here, example, I have entered the number of elements as 5. So I entered the elements 25, 30, 14, 27, 25. So here it will print the minimum and maximum value. So this program displays a set maximum value and minimum value. In this question, this program concurrents two tuplets. That is, first I create two empty tuplets. I enter numbers in the first tuple. I enter strings in the second tuple. I combine both tuples using the plus operator, and finally I display the new tuple, that is T3. So now I have entered the number of numeric value as 4, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, and number of strings I entered as 4, that is the quick brown fox. So triplets are showing here as 0, 1, 2, 3, and triplet 2 is the quick brown. So I want to conquer these two. So I'm conquering these two by using the T3 formula as T1 plus T2. So the results will display as 0, 1, 2, 3, the quick brown fox. Hence, the output is displayed and the concurrent triplet. Now, in this question, we're gonna find the program that performs multiple subtraction using numpy. First, I import the numpy has empty, means I enter the number of rows and columns. Then I enter the maximum matrix and second matrix. I convert them into numpy arrays. I, sub- I subtract the second matrix from the first matrix. Finally, the finally it displays the result. That is here I enter the number of rows, columns, and enter the elements of first matrix and second. So it can do the subtraction of it. So in this question, I'm going to do the sum of matrix. That is, this program finds the sum of all elements in the matrix. That is, first I import numpy. I enter the matrix elements. I convert the list into numpy array. I use np.sum parentheses to find the total sum. Finally, I display the sum. So as you can see, in this example, the same like the previous, I have gave her the number of rows, columns. So it gave the sum of the elements as 22. So seventh question is, this program displays the first 10 rows of a EDIS dataset. So here I use dataset is EDIS. So first I input pandas. I read the edis.cs file. I use head 10 to display the first 10 call rows. So here output will be printed as the first 10 rows are displayed. And in this, I have used to display the last 5 rows. That is, I read the EDIS dataset. It uses tail parenthesis. It displays the last 5 rows. So output is printed here is the last 5 rows are displayed. And here I have used a program that is to for rows and columns. Here I did is I read the data set. I use shapes. I use shape as 0 gives a number of rows. I use shape as 1 gives a number of columns. So this output brings the displays the total rows and columns have been used. And in this program, we can see the size, shape, dimension, and information. That is, I read the data set. Size gives a total number of values. Shape gives rows and columns. Endim gives the dimension, and info displays the column names, data types, and memory usage. So the output displays the basic information about the data set. So this is the output of the program. Thank you.